Tiebreak keeps getting updates week after week. Most of the patches are small, rather insignificant, but every now and then there's a bigger patch released by developers. And after such update drops, there are two things that happen every single time. First is that the biggest fans of Tiebreak claim the game is so damn good now. Some even have the guts to call it the best tennis game. The second thing is that people start asking the same question: hey, should I buy Tiebreak now? They hope that the game became worthy of a purchase. And as the game gets better, I wanted to make a video to give you all a proper answer to a question: should you buy Tiebreak? I think ultimately it depends on who you are as a tennis gamer. I recently realized that Tiebreak does not even try to appeal to players like me. The game does not try to be realistic or deep in its gameplay, so it's not tailored to players who like Tennis Elbow 4 or Full Ace. It's aimed purely at people who like arcade style of Topspin, but just want a bigger roster and better graphics. That's basically the target audience of Tiebreak. And so, whether Tiebreak is something you should consider buying depends on the answers to these questions. What do you want from a tennis game? How much do you care about pretty graphics and licenses? How deep and realistic gameplay do you want? These are all questions that will indicate whether you feel like you wasted your money on Tiebreak or got a good bang for the buck. So, let's break it down. First, let's answer the question: is Tiebreak better now than it was at the launch? The answer to this particular question is a resounding yes. Tiebreak today is a much better video game product than it was 2 months ago. Right now, Tiebreak has significantly less bugs and issues than it had. Most of the features work more as expected, and the game is in a playable state. The gameplay has also improved in a couple of ways. CPU does not make stupid mistakes 90% of the time on short balls. Computer also does not spam non-stop flat shot bombs. And some people conclude that since Tiebreak got better, it is a good game right now. But that's quite simplistic way of thinking. You have to keep in mind the starting point of Tiebreak's release. At the release, Tiebreak was a broken video game. Basic things like leveling your character in a career mode or changing players' animations were either missing or buggy. AI was dogshit, even on the highest difficulty level. Shot balance was also out of whack. The game was basically at an early beta phase upon release. So, yes, Tiebreak got better since the release, but it also had a super low starting point. Moving on, quite a few fans of Tiebreak compare it to Topspin and claim Big Ant's game is superior on many fronts. And they are actually right. Tiebreak is better than Topspin in terms of actual content in the game. See, Tiebreak has tons of players. Unfortunately, there are no player tendencies in this game. They basically all play the same. But at least many licensed players have their own animations based on motion capture, and that's enough for some folks. There's also proper career mode for both star player and your own created one. Tiebreak also has licenses for plenty of chords as well. So yeah, it seems that players who enjoyed Topspin but did not like a lackluster roster of 2K game might be the actual ideal audience for Tiebreak. To me though, this comparison is very flawed and actually pointless. It does not indicate whether Tiebreak is a good tennis game or not, at least to me. It's more like comparing a turd with another turd, and then concluding that since our favorite turd is better, then it is not a turd at all. And that's quite silly. Alright, next, let's focus on important part of this video. Who will enjoy Tiebreak? One thing became clear with time. Tiebreak is not for people like me. However, there are few people who play Tiebreak and actually enjoy it. So the real question is whether your preferences are similar to mine or theirs. So let's figure that out. First, I will start with my side. See, I value the most in tennis video game the realism and depth of the gameplay. This is the reason I really like Tennis Elbow 4 and Full Ace, despite their shortcomings in graphics. And that's because I don't want the game to just look like tennis match on the screen. I want tennis game to play like what I imagine tennis match to be on a pro level. As I play the game and get better at it, I want to feel like I am getting better at skills that are important for a tennis player on the real court. Things like movement are crucial for tennis player in real life, and so they should be important skill to master in a tennis video game. The same applies to strategy in shot selection, shot placement, power, and timing. When I make a winner, I want to feel the risk I have taken and the satisfaction of making a difficult shot landing well. To enjoy tennis game, I need to feel like serving is a big weapon. And for that to happen, returning the serve has to be a difficult task, as it is in real life. The ball should feel like a tennis ball, not like it's made out of paper. Different courts should have proper physics in how the ball interacts with the surface. Opponents should feel fair, but challenging and smart. Different players should have different tendencies to replicate their real-life playstyle. So, are those things present in Tiebreak? No, not even close. And no matter how many courts and player skins developers add to this game, I just won't feel satisfaction from playing Tiebreak. Not until the core gameplay is completely changed, which, let's be honest, is not going to happen. And then we have the second group of Tiebreak community, people who actually enjoy playing the game. So what is it that they actually like about Tiebreak? Well, when we filter out all the noise from the game's stance, I think what people really like and value about Tiebreak the most are basically good graphics, costumes, licenses, and easy to pick up gameplay. People who prioritize tennis players looking and hitting the ball with animations like their real-life counterparts in a video game are the ones who seem to enjoy Tiebreak. And hey, Tiebreak graphics are indeed solid, especially for tennis genre. The roster is impressive too, with more than 120 real players in the game. So those are all solid arguments for why Tiebreak is good if you value production value in these specific areas. And when it comes to gameplay, people who like Tiebreak seem to appreciate its simplicity. I think the easy to pick and play arcade tennis games are appealing to many players. Tiebreak fans also don't seem to value physics or the depth of gameplay mechanics, well, at least not valuing it enough for it to matter much in a tennis game. I guess they are just satisfied with the game looking like tennis more than playing like one. And you know what? That's completely fine. Everybody has different preferences. But you have to ask yourself honest question. Are graphics and licenses enough for you to carry the enjoyment from the game? If so, then Tiebreak might give you quite a few hours of joy, especially if you get it on discount. But if you are looking for deep tennis mechanics, satisfying rallies with strategy involved, proper physics, and satisfaction from hitting a winner, then Tiebreak is not for you. So if your preferences match mine, then you're probably looking for a Pro Evolution Soccer of tennis, while Tiebreak is more like FIFA. So, which type of tennis gamer are you? What do you value in a tennis game? Let me know in the comments section. I want to learn more about our tennis gaming community. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more from me in the future, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Anyway, that's all from me in this video. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.